Bienvenidos a Latino Más TV, soy el pastor Reverendo Juan Ibarra, aquí con alguien que está corriendo para alcalde, Abbott Tre Bray, que está aquí con nosotros. We welcome you into Latino Más TV. We are so happy. We have a special interview with he's running for mayor of Cayce, and that's, everybody's shouting, and that's Abbott Tre Bray, but he says Trey is fine. Trey is fine. He's currently on the board for Lexington 2. That's correct,
That's
right?
correct, yes,
okay.
sir.
How long have you been there?
3 years.
Okay. Para mayor y le voy a hacer unas preguntas. So I'm going to ask you the first question. Remember, take your time and.
I gotcha.
Okay. What percentage of your time, if you're elected, or resources are you going to use to help the Hispanic community? If you even thought of that, or if you have a plan, or we can help you with that, as you go down the road.
Yeah, so I don't think I've thought about a percentage of time by different groups of people.
Okay.
But I do know that as you have new folks coming into the community, it's easiest for the newer population to be the ones most left out.
Right.
And even further, with the Hispanic population, if you have non-English speakers, then you can really be left out. So I would love to see the city, and to be honest, it seems like Chief Cowan.
Yes,
and
Chief Cowan.
We have a lot of movement that is being incorporative, but that also we need to do that better on the school board too.
Because la pregunta que le hice es qué porcentaje de su tiempo o recursos va a usar para ayudar a la comunidad hispana. Y él me dice que él no piensa en porcentaje o recursos para una comunidad en particular, sino para toda la comunidad. Entonces él quiere trabajar y va aprendiendo y sabe que hay necesidades, especialmente en las áreas donde hay hispanos que no hablan inglés. Y él en esto quiere trabajar y eso es lo que está presentando. So I translated
Absolutely.
What we're talking about. The second question, and you might not have an answer.
That's fine.
It's just something maybe to plant in your head, and maybe not even now, maybe if you keep going further, you might be able to help with this, because we have a situation where before Florida, Nevada, Arizona, and North Carolina would give licenses, even if you're not legal here, okay? And then all that went away. Here's the situation, and the way I explain it is that me and you pay insurance.
Right.
Because we have a license. We get hit by somebody that doesn't have a license, doesn't have insurance, we're not covered.
Right.
And yeah, they'll get in trouble, they'll go to jail or whatever, but how high do we have to go up, do you think, to put this bill in order, or I don't know if to call it a bill or not, but it's not, and it's not only helping the Hispanic community, it's helping,
all drivers.
Not only drivers, but the economy, because then they'll be paying an actual insurance.
Right.
Which has been a difficult thing for the Hispanic community, because they want to have a driver's license, but they can't, so they're still going to drive. They got to make money. I mean, is it against the law? Yes, it is.
Right, but we do things that
Yes.
we have to do. Well, first off, like you said, it's
Yeah.
it's federal.
Yeah.
So, and I do want to say I have no intents of going up. School board to city is kind of almost going down from 7,000 votes to.
Oh, wow.
If we get 2,000 votes, that would be big. So I don't know that I have a ton that I can help there.
Right.
But like we were talking about before, it's all about building those connections.
Yes.
And explaining the second and tertiary parts to why it matters and how it affects everyone, not just one individual person. Because you'll know that there's going to be some people who say, if there's legal immigration and illegal immigration, then we don't want to make one favorable over the other. But at the same time, we also don't want to be able to have an entire insurance industry that's wrecked by people who are going to drive because they're going to do what's best for their family.
Well, I mean, and at the end of the day, we all try to do what's best.
Right.
And we might not always do it the right way. We're hoping everybody does.
Right.
But that's an ideal world.
Yeah.
Entonces le pregunté que cómo podía él ayudar en el futuro a ver si podemos conseguir licencia para la gente indocumentada para que puedan tener licencia, pagar aseguranza. Entonces él no piensa llegar más de alcalde. That means mayor, alcalde. Él va a salir, si lo eligen, votan por él, va a salir del Lexington District 2, de la escuela, y va a entrar al alcalde y ya no piensa. Pero me dice que está en las conexiones, que nos puede conectar o puede salir algo más adelante donde él nos pueda ayudar. Do you have any questions at all or concerns?
No, I just, my concern is that we aren't able on the school board, if I leave, to push some of the things, more interpreters, potentially having Spanish immersion schools, because it's almost like with the driver's license.
Yeah.
You can fight something to where everybody fights so hard that nobody wins, or you can look for a medium ground, and I'm hoping we can find some of the medium ground.
Well, all this changed with the Twin Towers.
Right.
Is when all this changed. And I don't blame the United States.
Right.
I understand.
Right.
Our security is priority. What is your main goal in your platform? Like,
it's hard to say I have one,
right.
But some of them are, we've got to build economic development back here.
Okay.
Cayce, you can see it. You just mentioned all the Hispanic stores and whatnot. That's all West Columbia.
Yep.
Cayce has not been able to thrive. West Columbia on State Street, great. Cayce on State Street, coffee shop and a bike shop. So we've got to be able to work with small business and big business to bring economic development.
So quiere traer la economía para atrás aquí a Cayce. Quiere que haya tiendas mexicanas, hispanas, restaurantes, que ahorita están casi todo en West Columbia. Él quiere traer aquí negocios pequeños, pero de hispanos. And there is El Jimador is
Right.
is probably one of the few Hispanic places. Well, there's San
Well,
Jose.
we lost the one here, La Fiesta.
Fiesta. Oh, it's gone. They shut it down?
Yeah.
Oh, sí, I don't know. Él quiere ayudar a eso, a que traigamos más empresarios hispanos aquí a la comunidad de Cayce.
So that would be one.
Yeah.
Another one is I strongly believe we spend way too much behind these things and these things.
So él quiere también hablar sobre la nomofobia. That's the word, nomophobia.
And so what I want is our parks to be a place where people can walk on sidewalks and
Without
have
their phone.
great parks and be outside with nature and implements. And our parks have really
So
changed.
quiere trabajar en los parques para la comunidad, pero que estén mucho mejor, para que no tengamos que estar en los teléfonos, nuestros hijos y todo. So él quiere establecer eso y no hay ahorita parques buenos aquí en Cayce. Hay unos, pero él quiere que estén mejor apropiados para la familia. All right. So parks, economics, good platforms. Thank you very much for coming.
Yes, sir.
We'll exchange information.
Perfect.
But gracias a todos por escuchar en Latino Más TV. Aquí a Bray. Well, he's got like 3 names. Abbott. Now, Abbott is not having to do with the
That
with your
was
family?
my great uncle.
Okay, so I thought pensé que su nombre tenía que ver con la calle y sí, es su tataratío.
Tell them they gave me a name but no money.
Dice que le dieron dinero, le dieron nombre pero no dinero. All right, gracias a todos por sintonizar. Thank you everybody for listening in. Share this once you see it. Share it with everybody else. Don't forget we have the app Latino Más TV on Android, Apple, also on Roku. Download it, share it. Let's get this channel out there for everybody to see. Gracias a todos a través de Latino Más TV.